The sky was the darkest I'd ever seen when the plane went down. One moment, I was staring out the window at the endless blue ocean, and the next, everything was screaming metal and blinding light. When I opened my eyes, coughing up salt water on a stretch of sand, I thought I was alone. But then I heard her voice, soft, trembling, and somehow strong at the same time. "You're alive, thank God." That's how I met Emily, the woman who would change my life in ways I never expected. In those first few hours, fear felt like another presence on that island. The ocean roared behind us, the trees whispered ahead, and it felt like the world had forgotten we existed. I remember looking at Emily, her clothes torn, her face streaked with dirt, yet her eyes steady with determination. Even in the chaos, she offered me her last bottle of water. That simple act, her choosing kindness despite her fear, was the moment everything shifted. I didn't know then just how deeply that kindness would matter. Before we continue, I want to remind you, if you love emotional, life-changing stories, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below. Your support helps StorySphere bring more powerful stories just like this one to life. When the sun rose on our first morning, reality hit us hard. There was no shelter, no signal, no sign of help. The only thing we had was each other. Emily and I searched the shoreline, gathered anything the ocean washed up, half-broken crates, tangled fishing net, a single soaked backpack. Every discovery felt like hope. Every small victory felt shared. Somewhere between panic and survival, we became a team. Emily was surprisingly calm. She said she used to volunteer at outdoor camps when she was younger, so she knew how to build basic shelters. I followed her lead as she tied branches together with pieces of rope we found. She laughed when my knots fell apart. I remember that laugh, light, warm, like she was choosing to find joy even in the middle of fear. I hadn't heard a sound like that in years. Night, though, night was the hardest. With nothing but a small fire between us and the darkness, the mind wandered to places it shouldn't. I could hear her breathing softly beside me, each breath a reminder that we weren't truly alone. One night, while the waves crashed gently against the shore, she whispered, "You know, I'm not as strong as I look." I turned to her, surprised. She continued, "I'm just a woman trying not to fall apart. But having you here, it's keeping me going." Her honesty struck something deep in me. Most people in my life wore emotional armor, but Emily dared to be real. And in that raw moment, she admitted something I didn't expect. "I want to survive. And I want you to survive. Because you're what I want next in my life. A person who sees me, really sees me." Her confession didn't sound romantic. It sounded human. Vulnerable. True. It wasn't about love. It was about connection, the kind you find only when everything else is stripped away. Over the next days, kindness became our lifeline. She shared her food, even when she was starving. I gave her my jacket when the night was too cold. We talked about our mistakes, our regrets, our dreams. She told me she had spent too long giving to people who never gave back, always being the one who held others together. On that island, she finally allowed herself to be held, to lean on someone. And without realizing it, I needed that just as much as she did. On the sixth day, a rescue team spotted our fire. As the helicopter approached, Emily grabbed my hand and squeezed it tight. "Promise me," she said, voice trembling but hopeful, "that when we leave this island, we don't forget kindness. Not yours, not mine." I promised. Back home, life moved fast again. Cars, phones, noise, responsibility. But something inside me stayed soft, steady, changed. Because of her. Because of what survival taught us. That kindness is not weakness. It's strength. It's the thing that carries us when nothing else can. And though Emily and I walked separate paths afterward, her words never left me. "I'm just a woman, and you're what I want." She didn't mean a relationship. She meant she wanted people, good people, around her. She wanted kindness to matter.